Oh, hello there. Welcome. In this section, I'm going to go through practical activity number 1 for our EV3 robots. This is a Year 9 robotics course, and I'm just going to explain a few things along the way in a little bit more detail. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to create a new project. So just clicking over here, new program, and open it up. Okay. And it gives me a blank canvas to start writing my code. Now, when I say writing, this is block-based code, so I'm just going to be dragging blocks and editing parameters. So I've got my start point here, okay, and then along the bottom here, I've got all of my code blocks that I can actually put in. So I've got all my movement commands, sound. I've then got wait functions, loop functions, switch functions, and we'll go through these a little bit more detail. Then got all my sensors that I can use, data manipulation. What's this one? Some more advanced ones, and then custom blocks if I wish to create custom blocks. If I just move my head out the way, you can see that I've actually got the section here for configuring and downloading the code to the brick. Now it says no brick connected. It is actually connected. It's not turned on, so I'm going to turn it on now. And the Lego Mindstorm does take a long time to load up, so that will change. And when that does change, I'll show you what we're doing. Okay. Now the first thing we're going to do is just have our brick drive forward, or our robot drive forward, I should say. So I'm going to go back to my Actions tab. And it's asking me for the move steer block. Now that's this one here. So all I have to do is grab it, drag it up into place. Okay. There you go, my brick just connected. Dragging it up into place. Now when I drag it close to my start block, it's actually going to attach there. You can see that, it's attached. So that means that when I play, it'll play this brick. So I can actually have bricks out here and work on them if I like, and then drag them into place. I can swap the configuration of them around. Okay, so let's have a look at what we've actually got here. We've got ports B plus C, so these are the ports that the motors are connected to.
Oh,
hello, how are you?
I didn't know I was here.
No, that's all right. You can say hi to my class for me if you like.
The kids are sitting outside waiting to come in.
No, I'm just recording a video for them. No, that's all right. Say hi.
Oh, hi.
See, there you go. You're very popular, everyone. And then we've got our mode selector here. Okay, so you can see that I've got a whole heap of modes. I can have it off. I can have it on, which would just be on permanently. On for a number of seconds, on for a number of degrees, on for a number of rotations. Okay. Let's see which one we do. Okay. So I'm going to select on for rotations. And you can see what it actually allows me to do. It actually allows me to specify the number of rotations. So I'm actually going to select 10. I'll just type that in. I'm going to change my speed to 100. So I've got my speed. So if you think about it, 0 to 100 will be driving forward. Or 0 won't be driving forward, that'll be still. But anything positive will be driving forward. Anything negative will be driving backwards. And you can see what happens here with this arrow when I actually swap between positive and negative. See the direction changes? So it's giving us a visual indicator of what's happening. So I'm going to have that at speed 100. Similarly with the steering angle. Okay, so remember this was move steer, so it's moving forward and steering at the same time. And as I move this, you can see it's giving me a visual indication that's turning right in that case, and left in this case. Okay, I just want it to go straight forward. This last tab is our braking function. So what this basically says is that it's going to go on for a number of rotations. It's going to go straight. I'm going to drive forward at 100% speed. I'm going to go 10 forward rotations, and then I'm going to brake when I hit the end. Okay, so that's a motor brake, so it'll stop quite suddenly. If I turn that off, it'll coast. It'll just drift to a standstill. Picture if you were in a car and you just took your foot off the accelerator, the car would still go forward, but it would gradually slow down, and that's the same here with this one. I actually want it to brake, so I'm just going to select that. Excellent. So that's the code that you need to generate. This is a great visual indicator down in the bottom right-hand corner because it tells me where my motors are connected, and you can see that I've also got the color sensor connected as well. It's actually giving me a reading at the moment, which is fantastic. I wonder if I move that over to my blue mouse. Yep, it changes. So that's good. That's direct output from that. That's fantastic. To download it to my EV3 brick, I just hit the download button, okay? And it'll save it on there as my program name. So I'm going to actually rename this and give it something a little bit more identifiable. So I'm going to go File, Save Project As. I've got a folder here with KB Practical Files, and you can see that I've done this one already, but I'm going to call it, because there's several different files that we need to actually create here in Project 1, I'm going to call it Mr. Barrett or Mr. B Practical 1, and it's the first part of Practical 1, so I'm going to use an _1, and I'll hit Save. Then when I do the next part of Practical 1, I can change that to _2, okay, so that I know which one I'm working with. I'm going to hit Save there. There it is, Mr. Barrett, Practical 1 _1.ev3. That's the EV3 extension. And all I have to do is hit download. That sound indicates that it's actually loaded over to my brick, and then I can activate the brick and run the code from there. And it's actually loaded onto the brick, so I can actually disconnect the brick from the computer. All right, hopefully that helped, and thank you for watching.